Hello friends, I welcome you in lecture number 13 on complex numbers. In this lecture we are going to discuss one shortcut formula for deciding square root of a complex number. In earlier lectures we have seen how to find out roots of a complex number, and we know that general formula that z to the power 1 by n, which is nth root of z, is given by r raised to 1 by n cosine of theta plus 2k pi over n plus I sin theta plus 2k pi divided by n, where k runs from 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1, and here r is absolute value of z and theta is nothing but argument of z. So this is the general formula for finding any complex root of a given non-zero complex number. So if we want to find out square root, we will put n equal to 2, and we have this formula for square root, r raised to 1 by 2, and here cosine of theta plus 2k pi divided by 2 plus I sin theta plus 2k pi divided by 2, and for k equal to 0 and 1 we will obtain two square roots of a given complex number. So this is general formula for finding roots of a complex number. Using this formula we can decide any nth root of a given complex number. Today we are going to discuss alternative formula, particularly for square roots of a complex number. So that is another shortcut to decide particularly square roots of a complex number. So that formula is easy as compared to this one as far as square roots are considered. So first we understand what is that formula. So the square root of a complex number, say z equal to x plus iy, is given by this formula. Square root of z equal to plus or minus in the bracket square root of absolute value of z plus x divided by 2 plus, so here we consider in the square root mod z plus x by 2, and here we consider in the square root mod z minus x by 2, and here we have sin y into I, where sin y is defined in this way: sin y is 1 if y is non-negative, and sin y is minus 1 if y is negative. So this is a shortcut formula for square root of a complex number, and it is easy to remember. In the square root we consider mod z plus x by 2, and here we consider mod z minus x by 2, and depending on the sign of y, that is whether y is non-negative or negative, we have this sin y as 1 and minus 1. So sin y will be equal to 1 if y is non-negative, sin y will be equal to minus 1 if y is negative, and we know what is absolute value of z. It is given by square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. And here after finding out this, we will consider positive and negative sign of this, so we will obtain two square roots of a given complex number. So we understand how to apply this formula with this example. Here we are asked to find out square roots of this complex number minus 9 minus 40i. So first we denote given complex number by z. Let z equal to minus 9 minus 40i or 40i. So first we compare with x plus iy. So if we compare with x plus iy, here x is minus 9 and y is minus 40. So we can see here y is negative, so we will consider sin y equal to minus 1. So that we can write here. So because y is negative, we will consider sin y equal to minus 1. And what we require, another thing, is absolute value of z, which is by definition square root of x square plus y square. x is minus 9 and y is minus 40. So it is square of minus 9 and square of 40. So this is going to be 9 square, that is 81, and 40 square, that is 1600. So this is equal to 1681, and square root of 1681 is 41. If you square 41, you will obtain 1681. So absolute value of z is 41. So we have value of x, which is minus 9, sin y is minus 1, and absolute value of z is 41. So now we write that formula, square root of z equal to plus or minus in the bracket, in square root we write mod z plus x divided by 2 plus sin y into I, and in the square root we have mod z minus x divided by 2. Now we substitute all these values here. Mod z is 41, x is minus 9, and sin y is minus 1. So this is equal to plus or minus in the bracket absolute value of z, which is 41, value of x is minus 9 divided by 2, sin y is minus 1 times I. Mod z is 41 and x is minus 9, so minus of minus 9 is plus 9 divided by 2. So now this is just simplification. 41 minus 9, that is going to be 32. Okay, 32 plus 9 is 41. So 32 divided by 2, that is, or we can write one more step. Here we have 32 divided by 2 minus I, and here 50 divided by 2, 41 plus 9. So this is nothing but 32 divided by 2, that is 16. So under root 16 minus I times under root 25. So this is equal to plus or minus under root 16 is 4, and here we have 5, and we will take care that we write only positive square root. We know that under root 16 is plus or minus 4, but while using this formula we will consider only positive square roots of positive real numbers. So these are the two possible square roots of given complex number. Therefore square root of z equal to, if we consider positive sign, we have 4 minus 5y, and if we consider negative sign, we have minus 4 plus 5i, and our complex number z was minus 9 minus 40i. So this is our square roots which are required, minus 4 minus 5i and minus 4 plus 5i. You can verify your answer. If you square this, you must obtain minus 9 minus 4i. Suppose we want to verify whether we are correct or not, we can take square of this. So using the formula of square of a minus b, we have 16 minus 2 into 4 into 5i plus square of 5i, which is 25i square. So this is 16 minus 2 into 4, 8 into 5, 40. I square is minus 1, so we have 25. So 16 minus 25 is minus 9. Okay, so this shows that our answer is correct. Similarly, you can take square of this. This is nothing but negative of 4 minus 5i. So square of this will be equal to square of 4 minus 5i. So you will obtain the same answer. Okay. You don't have to show the verification. This is just for understanding that how to check whether we have correctly evaluated square roots of a given complex number. So in this way, sometimes we can easily find out square roots using this formula. So we will remember this shortcut formula for particularly square roots of a complex number plus or minus under root of mod z plus x divided by 2 plus sin y into I square root of mod z minus x divided by 2. And what is this sin y? So sin y has two possibilities, 1 and minus 1. It is 1 if y is non-negative, and it is minus 1 if y is negative. Okay, so this is all about this session. I hope you like it. Thank you very much.